Hello, 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 hello. I am back today playing some more Pokemon Crystal, continuing our shiny badge quest. Still on the hunt for the shiny Heracross via Headbutts in Azalea Town. We're currently sitting at 7,000 encounters. 7,000. Which means we're getting close to going over odds. We're going to be able to do another 500 encounters today. If we don't get it today, we'll do another 500 tomorrow. That'll put us very close to going over odds. Hopefully, we can get it before then, though. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Maybe we could even get it first encounter today. That would be cool. You believe today? Awesome. Also, hi Bug. How are you doing? Okay, so let us switch over to the right screen. And then get everything ready to hunt. So, let's get that on. Oh, no, I need to click this as well. Can't forget the auto counter. You alright? Right, I'm doing good, thanks. You watched Jacksepticeye play a Man of Medan. Ooh. Okay. I think that is everything's set up now. So, let's begin. Encounter number 1 for today. Is it going to be Heracross? No. Is it going to be shiny? No. Oh well. See, that's the good thing about the Dark Pictures anthology games and the games like that, like Until Dawn, is you can play the game and then you can watch somebody else's playthrough and it's very different for what happened to you because they do something slightly different and it changes everything. Ooh, Heracross, not shiny though. Yeah. Same. I did start watching a perfect playthrough of LA Noir today as well. I didn't get very far into it though. I don't think they even got to any of the interviews where I would have messed up. Because I only just started really. It's 21 hours long as well. It's all in one YouTube video. Especially when the choices actually do have a strong variance to them, like contrasting with Telltale, which you do still really enjoy those games, but they are very much illusion of choice instead of proper choice. The Supermassive game devs seem to do a good job with actual choice games, even if they're a little clunky. Yeah. Or like Mass Effect, where literally every choice doesn't matter. Or very little matters. You can have some squad members not make it through the game due to a couple of choices. But generally, the overarching story plays out exactly the same no matter what. And then the ending is just a choice. Which does basically the same thing for each of the choices. Which is a little bit disappointing, really. Because I very much like the Mass Effect games, but the ending is a little bit meh. BioShock is good for that, especially their newer stuff. I've heard one of the biggest complaints with the newest Dragon Age game. You mean BioWare? Yeah, okay. I got very confused. I was like, what? What's BioShock got to do with Dragon Age? Dragon Age, your dialogue run option end with being like, yes, but said differently. Maybe, but actually yes. That's a little bit disappointing. So they also made Knights of the Old Republic, and there's some choices in that. Obviously, the main things, the choices in that game are just being light side or dark side. So the ending is mostly the same, depending on, like, even if you do light side or dark side, but you kind of get there in a bit of a different way depending on which side you go. Your aim was your brain. You were talking to Callie about Bioshock last night, so it was on your mind. I was telling him how you've only played Bioshock Infinite. Of all of them. Skip the rest, right to that one. I've not played any of them. They're on my list though. You like games with a morality system? Red Dead Redemption 2 had a good one. But Infamous has a really well set up morality system. I've only ever played a little bit of Infamous. Is it Infamous Second Son? Is that one of them? Just like at a friend's house, just messing around, like doing random stuff. Yeah, pretty sure it is. I think there's 1, 2, and then Second Son. I think. I want to say. Could be wrong. Which isn't saying much because that came out in 2014. Probably. It came out in 2014. Interesting. When would I have gone around a friend's house to play that? Maybe at like some sort of family gathering or something. But I definitely have. Unless it wasn't Second Son, maybe it was one of the other ones that I played. I don't fully remember. You bought Callie some sort of bundle with Infamous 1 and 2 way back in the day. You watched him play a little, kind of like Spider-Man vibes. Yeah, I get that. That is it made by the same people? Insomniac? Is it Insomniac? Is that who made Spider-Man? I want to say it's Insomniac that made Spider-Man. I could be wrong. Could be wrong about that, to be honest. It was Insomniac. Sucker Punch. Insomniac made Spider-Man. So no, they're not made by the same people. If Sucker Punch made Infamous. Fair enough. They also made Ghost of Yotei. Yes, there's actually in Ghost of Yotei there's a load of like murals that have other Sucker Punch games. Yeah, there's a Sly Cooper mural in Ghost of Yotei. They're only subtle, like they're still in like Japanese style, like they could just be murals in Japan, like in that time period, but they're like nods towards their other games. They seem to love making references to their other games. I like that though. I like that. PlayStation. I feel like PlayStation do that a lot with their stuff as well. Like I know Ghost of Yotei was on PlayStation. Forever hoping they'll remaster Sly Cooper. I've never played it. I've seen like bits of it, but I've never actually played it. You feel like back in the day, you were either into Crash Bandicoot or you were into Sly Cooper. Granted, you like both, but Sly Cooper has always been your favorite. You love the gameplay style and the storytelling. I never owned either, but I played a lot of Crash Bandicoot because this is going to be a funny story. They're taking away Bank. Oh yeah, they are. Also, hi Carl, how are you doing today? I also hate that. Yeah, I played quite a lot of Crash Bandicoot at a supermarket because the supermarket my mom used to go to had this play area. Like you drop off your kids and they just play that, and there was a PlayStation there, and it had Crash Bandicoot. So every time we'd go shopping, I'd go and play Crash Bandicoot while my mom went around the shop. It was pretty cool. You're not too good today, but it's because you've not slept that much. Well, that's not good. Ever since they released the Crash Bandicoot Insane remake, you've been hoping for a Sly Cooper remake in the same quality and things, but it seems to be a bit of a neglected series at this point. Yeah, I did actually. I do have the Insane remake. I can't remember how far through it I got. They also redid Spyro, which was like around the same time as those two. It's honestly an amazing remake. If ever there was a standard for what a remake should be, it's that you 100%ed it on Steam, even the horrible DLC level that made your hair fall out. Trying to remember, did we play Spyro on stream? I want to say I played Spyro on stream, but I can't remember now. Streak. You're you got a little bit of catching up to do to catch up with Z now. You're a little ways off him now. You have the Spyro remakes as well. Never played those as a kid, so don't really get it for the nostalgia factor. But you do want to play them. Maybe you'll put them on your list at some point. They're fun. I never owned a Spyro game. But like we used to go to a friend of ours' house after school because my mom was working, so we'd go back to theirs after school every day, and they had Spyro, so I used to play a lot of Spyro at theirs. I can't remember which one. It was either the first or the second one. I can't really remember. Maybe both. So I had the nostalgia of playing those in the remake, and it was cool. The fact you got 10 is a miracle. Even enough for you. Yeah, Z's on 50. Well, you got to 50 yesterday. So if he turns up today, he'll be on 51. That makes sense. For you, it's gonna be GTA. You went over to your friend's house a lot to play San Andreas. See, I played obviously a lot of GTA San Andreas at friend's house, but not that much. We used to play GTA 3 a lot at a friend's house as well, but not to the extent that it's like, ooh, nostalgic to play it again. My nostalgia with San Andreas is more, I played it a lot, even like years after it came out. Hi Kieran, how are you doing today? But I'm looking forward to playing those as well when the wheel gives them to me. I also played GTA 3 on my phone. I didn't complete it or anything on my phone. But you're sick? Well, that's not good. Carl's had no sleep. Kieran's sick. Bug, are you okay at the moment? You need to pick up the definitive editions during the next sale. Can't remember if I think I got them during the summer sale. I'm pretty sure I got them. I'm pretty sure they were one of the ones I got. For once, yay, good. I bought so many games I can't remember which games I even bought. You're gonna try and go tomorrow, but you've spent the majority of yesterday and today in bed. Oh man. Well, I hope you're okay to go. I can't even remember. Who are you playing tomorrow? I can't remember who it is. Because I know we talked about this. Looks like the next Steam sale is October. Stockport. Maybe we didn't talk about that one. Do you think you can beat Stockport? I don't. See, the thing is, I don't know football that low down. Like, I don't know who's good at, like, within those leagues. No offense to teams in those leagues. I just don't often look that far down. You beat Exeter on Monday? Oh, that's like a derby game as well. That's cool. Awesome. You reckon you'll get a point? Cool. You're gonna have to make a list of what you want for sure. We've got a friendly tomorrow. We're playing Borussia Mönchengladbach tomorrow in a friendly. The final friendly before the season starts. 2-0. Awesome. You need to pick up Lies of P proper at some point. You're playing the family share of it, but the person who owns it doesn't have the DLC, so you need to buy the base game and the DLC. Oh, cool. I didn't realize you'd done that. I thought you just owned it. They signed something on the day of the match for him to get sent off. Oh dear. That's funny. Oh, you know what? Oh no, wait, I don't know whether I'll have time. I'm going to check anyway. I want to see if Truro are playing while I'm in Cornwall next week. I don't know whether they are playing. They're playing away at Chelmsford tomorrow. And then they're playing Saturday, but it's away at Tonbridge. Okay. I don't know where that is. Where is Tonbridge? Where are you? A couple of people in your family own quite a few big ticket games, so you were hoping to not have to buy them, but fair enough. That's cool though. Where is this? You're going to do your absolute best to go tomorrow though. Spend £30 on your ticket, so that's a lot for you to spend on a ticket for not to go. Yeah, to be fair, that is. For most people, like, still quite a lot. Like, to not go. Obviously, it's not Premier League pricing for tickets, but it's a lot to buy and not use it. I have got my first... I've got my ticket to my first game. I'll be going to see Villa against Arsenal in a couple of weeks' time. Hi Z, how are you doing today? I just about managed to get a ticket. It's extremely hard to get tickets to Villa games this season. Exactly, okay. There's also just hoping that Humble Bundle puts some nice things out every now and again. They put a big game in there. Yeah, cool, hopefully. You just woke up? I'm doing good, thanks. Where is this? Kent. Okay, that's nowhere. Argyle is seemingly doing an orange third kit. Fair enough. I actually don't know what our away kit is yet. I know what our home kit is, and I know what our third kit is, but we haven't announced our away kit yet. Mm-hmm. It's because we wore it for one of the friendlies and then the Super Cup. The third kit, that is. Okay, doing anything before the home kit is very weird. Like, home kit first is still makes sense, and then it's a little bit weird to do third before away, but still not as weird as doing away before home. That is strange. Yeah. Exactly. Why is nothing appearing? Thank you. You've been doing some XY PokeRadar lately? Ooh, nice. That's my favorite hunt method is the PokeRadar. It's so like fun because it's like difficult but so rewarding when you actually get it right. Found a shiny Gulpin yesterday, and then got a shiny patch back to back. Oh, but ran into the wrong patch because you couldn't tell which was which. Ah, man, that would have been so cool as well. Not necessarily the right direction, but you have to go into the right patch. I've done a lot of PokeRadar, both in X and Y and Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Not Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I haven't done any in that because I don't really like those games. And also, I think it's kind of broken in those games as well. You don't mind BDSP? I don't really like it, to be honest. I've not touched BDSP since doing my playthrough. I'd much rather play Platinum. No, it's a one-to-one remake of the worst version of Gen 4. They should have done a one-to-one remake of Diamond and Pearl, but add in the Platinum stuff without doing it as the Underground stuff. I know there's obviously some bits in the Underground that are from Platinum, but Platinum is just a better game. But also, I don't really like the art style isn't great. Like, I don't really like the way it looks. Platinum was your first Pokemon game? That's cool. Like, having the Chibi and then going into not Chibi and then going back to Chibi and then the follow Pokemon is just so bad as well. Yes. You'd put BDSP over Scarlet and Violet? Okay, fair enough. Especially for shiny hunting? What? Shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet's good. Like, you can do sandwich stuff and use the outbreak stuff. Oh, too easy. Oh, fair enough. I get you now. I get what you mean. I mean, I haven't got that many Scarlet and Violet shinies. I haven't really done that much shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet. Fair enough. To be fair, I'm having fun doing my the shiny badge quest kind of series anyway. We'll eventually get to Scarlet and Violet, but we are working our way up the generations, so it will be a little while before we get all the way up there. I am just doing the third versions of each one for as long as those are a thing. So Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, and I'm not doing the remakes. So like, there's no, I won't be doing Fire Red, Leaf Green on my first go through. Then I'm going to go back and do the remakes. Going to be a decade, at least. To be fair, I am going to be doing Emerald slightly different. So Emerald might not take that long. Because some people will say it's cheating. But I really want to give it a go. And I'm just going to do it for Emerald. Emerald's the only one I'm going to do it for. But I want to do RNG manipulation. So I'm going to be learning that. That's what our stream is going to be when we get to the Emerald Shiny Badge Quest. It's going to be learning how to RNG manipulate. And we'll do a Shiny Badge Quest that way. But that's the only time I'm going to do that. Is just for that one Shiny Badge Quest. When I come back to Gen 3 on the second go round, so like Fire Red, Leaf Green, I will do I won't be doing RNG manipulation. I'll just do regular shiny hunting. I just want to give it a go, and it just felt right to do it in Emerald. Do a really long Shiny Badge Quest in Crystal because I'm doing both pre and post game. So there's 16 badges. I think how many shinies we getting? We've got 8 badges, 16 badges, one starter, so that's 17. One before the league, that's 18, and then one before red. So 19 shinies in this playthrough. So I think we're allowed to have a respite in doing RNG manipulation. Not that it's a respite because it's like complicated. When I do Hard Gold Soul Silver, I'll do different targets to this. Probably, yeah. Depending on what I get. If I don't get the Heracross here, I'm going to do Heracross in Soul Silver. Yeah, that one's going to be Soul Silver. I already know that one's going to be Soul Silver because I've done a Heart Gold one already. Also, that is 7,100. But yeah, if I don't get the Heracross here, I will try again in Soul Silver. I tried it twice during my Heart Gold Shiny Badge Quest and got 2 Spearows. So I'm hoping not to get Spearow again. But if we don't get the Heracross, that will be part of my Soul Silver Shiny Badge Quest because I really want one because they're really cool. They're not very good in this game, but that's fine. I still want to go for it. They're all asleep. Spearow and Aipom are always asleep. Heracross is always awake. What game am I dreading the most out of the badge quests? Maybe Ultra Sun and Moon? I can't. I'm trying to remember the starter resets for Ultra Sun and Moon. I can't remember. I know Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon has a really bad starter reset, but I can't remember which one it is. But I'll be doing the Ultra game for when we get to that point. X and Y's is quite long as well. I've done an X shiny badge quest already, and we got so lucky during that it didn't. I got it in like 200 resets or something like that. We were doing double resets on that. I was doing X and Y at the same time. Which I might do that again. So technically 100 resets for that game. Yeah. If that's correct. That was a while ago. I can't fully definitely remember if that's correct. But something like that. It was still very quick. I think it was I did it in one stream. Like, I'd set myself up to like, oh, this is going to take us a while to do. And then I did it in the first stream. Yeah, I might... For the games where it's not like a third game, like Crystal, I wouldn't double that because it's just one game. But for like Black and White, I think that's the first. Yeah, Black and White will be the first one. I'll for the starter, I will do double, so I'll do Black and White, and then whichever one we get the starter in, that'll be the one we play through. That one's going to be an interesting one, Black and White, because Black and White 2, it's a sequel. It means the Gen 5, I'll be doing 2 Shiny Badge quests back to back. Because I want to do the whole story. So you do Black and White, and then you do Black and White 2. You might prioritize game Black and White over Hard Gold Soul Silver. Fair enough. You really want to do a badge quest on Black and White? Is it Black and White or Black and White 2, one of those two, that they first started shiny locking Pokemon? If so, I need... One thing I've said about these shiny badge quests is I'm unlocking shiny locked Pokemon. So like, when we get to Sword and Shield, I will be unlocking the starters, so I can actually shiny hunt the starters and stuff. You literally just need to gather the funds for the game since you have the DS Lite. You think Black and White was the first ones? Yeah, I think so as well. I just need to work out how to do it. I know there is a way of doing it. So it should be fairly simple for the DS games because I can just I'll play them on emulator. For the Switch ones, I will need to mod my Switch, which is fine. I don't mind doing that because I have a Switch 2 now, so I'm not like if something were to happen to my Switch 1, it wouldn't be the end of the world because I don't use it anymore anyway. You think you have not played Alan Wake? You might put that on your wish list. I've also not played Alan Wake. I think I have. I think I own an Alan Wake game. I think it came in a bundle, but I don't know which one I got. Alan Wake 2 is an Epic exclusive, so like, oh, the first one is on Steam. Maybe it's the first one I've got then. I'm sure I got it in a bundle. I'm gonna double check. I do have Alan Wake. You know, you want to play more horror-centric games closer to Halloween. So as you go through your list, you might sprinkle more horror games in. Nice. Maybe I should put Alan Wake on my list as well, seeing as I already own it anyway. The thing is, I don't want to add too much to my list. The Evil Within, Outlast, Alan Wake, Resident Evil. My list is also already really long, but there's so many games I want to play. This is why you give me yours at 20, so you don't end up with a list that makes you want to avoid games. It doesn't want to make me avoid games. I'm just like, there's just so many I want to play. It's like I want to add them to the list, but I'm like, when I'm like, my list is just gonna get really long. There isn't a game on my list that I don't want to play. When you win the lottery, you'll fund us both full time to play video games and do nothing else. That sounds amazing. Do you do the lottery? That's the only way we're going to get through this backlog. True. Yeah, my list of games that are on my wheel, I think the only way that we stream all of those games is if I stream full time. Otherwise, if I'm only doing a couple of hours a night, 4 days a week, I won't get through all those games, unfortunately. You get back into it. The grocery store you go to has a little machine on the way out where you can swipe a card to buy tickets. Ooh. That's cool. I mean, I still do the lottery as well. I do a set for life one, which if you win, you don't get a lump sum like in one go. You get 10,000 a month for 30 years. So you get a lot of money, but it's spread over a period of time. Win lottery, move somewhere decent, play video games. Sounds great. You think you'd move to PNW? Washington. You love the nature over there. What is PNW? Pacific Northwest. Mm. That's quite far from where you are. That's where Seattle is, right? Washington. I have friends there. Yeah, so if you suddenly fell into no worries money like that, your short-term dream is to buy a really nice RV and travel across the US for a year or two, visit all the national parks. That does sound very nice. If I had no worries money, I would still stream. I would still like to stream, even like I do streaming for not money anyway. So it just means I could then stream essentially as a job and not have to worry about whether I'm actually making money from it or not. A full-time hobby, exactly. The best kind of hobby. Mm-hmm. The other thing I could do is I could actually hire somebody to chop up my streams for me so I don't have to do it myself and create the YouTube video versions of them. Oh, I don't mind doing it. I do just literally just like cut things. I don't do like proper video editing. I literally just cut bits out and render. So it's not exactly hard. But it does take a while. It's actually, I found a way, the actual editing isn't any quicker. But I found better settings to be able to render quicker and still have good quality. So cutting the rendering time down is help make it so I can do the videos so much quicker. Because rendering can, like the old like settings for rendering, it took ages to render the videos. So that was the time consuming part, was rendering them out. Now I can render them like in minutes. It's so much better. Do I do shorts? Nope. I actually took a college course on video editing, but dropped out in 2020 because, if you know, what? Because of, you know, what? Oh, right. Gotcha. I was like, what are you talking about? Then I realized what year you're talking about. The problem with doing shorts is I need to like be funny, I think. Like, I'm not sure much of my content can be turned into shorts. Obviously, a shiny reaction can get turned into shorts. I've done that before. Well, I turned them into TikTok videos, but I haven't done that in a long time. You didn't enjoy college at all, so that was your excuse to drop out in year 18. Fair enough. Your compilation from Lies of P would be screaming, "What is that?" for half the game. I feel like if somebody else was going through and finding clips to like make shorts from, it'd be better. But for me to go through it, I'd have to go through my whole stream and like try and figure out, oh, was that good enough to be a short? That would take me so long to do. Obviously, the shiny reactions, they'd be fine for shorts. But even then, I don't think my my reactions to shiny aren't really that like short worthy, I guess, because I feel like most people who watch YouTube Shorts want the big reactions and stuff. I don't have that. That's not how I react to shinies. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't watch shorts myself. It requires a certain level of, lack of a better word, narcissism. Some people look at their own stuff and think they are hilarious when they are not. But it's really hard to passe funny? Wait, did I say that right? Hard to passe funny or peak moments when you don't perceive yourself that way. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we've created clips and stuff where I've said funny things, but that's only because other people found them funny. But that doesn't seem to happen anymore. I'm not as funny as I used to be, apparently. I mean, I guess one thing that you could make a short out of, it wouldn't necessarily be a great short, but was like you could chop up my attempts at fighting Riku in Kingdom Hearts with the finally I beat him as the ending of it, I guess. Maybe even same with the Cerberus, like in Kingdom Hearts where I'm struggling to do something, you show all my deaths and then the I finally won moment. But the problem with the Cerberus one is the way I beat Cerberus in the end was very slow and boring. It was just wait down by the side of him where he's not attacking, and then attack a couple of times, wait, attack a couple of times, wait, attack a couple of times. Not the most entertaining of ways to beat Cerberus. You kited an enemy around an object in Lies of P for 20 minutes because you couldn't beat it without cheesing it. Sometimes you just get it. Sometimes you just do what works. True. But I was talking like about making shorts and stuff. Like that wouldn't be something you'd make a short of. It's not that exciting of a victory. Whereas the Riku fight, I died 23 times or something. What was it in the end? And then the one I won, it was like an actual fight. Yeah. Fair enough. I beat the Wonderland boss a lot quicker than someone else you watched do it. Well, I'm proud of that then. He died to it like 15 times. Oh dear. I mean, that's what I was like for Cerberus. I said one more time and then I beat him. You're going to continue your Safari Week hunt for Tauros. You've put off overtime for so long. Oh dear. Good luck. $4,650 odd right now. Well, hopefully when you find it, you can actually catch it. Whatever you find it. True. You got an arena during Safari Week? Nice. I do not do Safari Week. I am not torturing myself that way. Whoops. Have I ever done a Safari Zone hunt? Nope, and I don't plan to. I mean, there's a whole community of people who do Safari Week where they will exclusively hunt in Safari Zones for a full week. Which is what Kieran's been doing. But then, like, Triggery does it. But then Triggery also does uncatchable hunts, where he's hunting for something specifically that he knows he cannot get. Yeah, that's what I don't want. If I find a shiny, I want to be able to catch it. I want it. If I find a shiny, I need it for my team. I'm trying to get a living dex, and I'm doing it in a very weird way anyway by doing a shiny badge quest version of a living dex. I'm not doing a Safari Zone in there as well. I say I'm doing a living dex, shiny living dex. I have no way, well, I won't have any way of getting these Pokemon into home at next year. Officially. There is a way around it. Or I'm pretty sure there is a way around it. However, I'm technically not doing it official anyway because this is an emulator. You think you'll just put jam on a piece of toast and toss it in the air? Oh no, will it land jam side down? That's your kind of throw. Nothing will ever hurt more than finding an uncatchable random shiny Sentret in gold Virtual Console years ago. You encountered it before you had balls. Still haven't reclaimed it. Yeah, see, that does not sound fun. Luckily, I've never had that happen. Need to move your Pokemon to switch. I just need to move my living dexes into their respective generations games. That's all I need to do. And that's only two generations anyway. The other generations have got them. It's only Gen 6 and Gen 7 that I need to move out. Because the lower down games, Generation 2, it's in one of my save files. I can't remember which one I've got it in at the moment. Probably Silver. Gen 3, I've got it in Pokemon Box on the GameCube. Gen 4 is sitting in Platinum, I think, or Heart Gold Soul Silver, one of the Gen 4 games. Gen 5, I think, is sitting in Black or White 2. Again, not 100% certain which one it is that they're sitting in. It's just Gen 6 and 7 they're in bank. They need to move out. What you really need to do is finish these comms and my stuff. I mean, there's quite a bit of my stuff to do. We got time though. We've still got over a month to go before the stream. I do need to come up with a schedule though for the day. Decide what I'm doing. Is this Crystal Virtual Console, by the way? Yes. It is. No, it's not. It's an emulator. It was Virtual Console, but my my two 3DSs that have capture cards are not working very well. Well, one of them is completely broken, and the other one doesn't work very well. So I decided to move to an emulator. And then when we finish, I will inject it into my Virtual Console save when I'm finished. You don't hate emulation? I mean, I'm literally only doing it because I don't have another way of doing it. I'm not using any of the emulation like speed up and stuff like that. I haven't changed anything. It's still base game. It is just the only way I can like stream it now at the moment anyway. As soon as you finish the couples com, you'll be free. Luckily, all your remaining stuff is graphical, so we'll pick a weekend and just work on things back to back to back. Cool. And we, at some point, need to sort out bots and Discord. At some point. Sounds good. What I don't know is what do I need to do to prepare for a 24-hour live stream? Do I sleep all the way until the stream? Or would I wake up and then be tired because I've just woken up? I don't know. The other issue is the timing of it. Because it's in September, that's the time I do the extra hour at work every day. So I'm already tired on those days. Everyone you've seen do them sleeps until about an hour before stream. Cool. I could do that. Because I'm thinking I do like a afternoon to afternoon. Maybe? Early afternoon, like 1 p.m. to 1 p.m. I don't know. Either that or 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. Sort out drinks, probably plan to order pizza halfway through. Yeah, I'll have food and snacks and stuff all as part of my schedule, I guess. But yes, it will likely be pizza order because it's almost kind of tradition for my anniversary streams to have pizza during my anniversary stream. I am doing a 24-hour live stream, yes, on the 18th of September to the 19th of September. I think I got the right date there. Pretty sure that's the date. Also, 7,200. Not shiny. That's close to your birthday? Nice. That's my anniversary stream. Well, my stream anniversary is the 18th of September, I do believe. It's whatever that Friday is. I'm pretty sure that's the 18th. But I've never done a 24-hour live stream before. I've done a few 12-hour live streams, but never a 24-hour. So I've still got a fair bit of planning to do for like what we're actually going to do during it. This is obviously going to be part of it. Hopefully not this hunt though. Hopefully not this hunt. Hopefully we're finished with this hunt. But the shiny badge quest is what I meant by that. I don't want this hunt to be part of it. I want this hunt to be over by then, because that's still a month away yet. If we're still doing this hunt a month from now, that is not good. We can't even go like, oh, is the game broken? Like, our shiny's not a thing in this game. We can't do that because I already have 3. That only works for the first time you haven't found a shiny. You're lining your second com now, hoping to get them done this upcoming weekend. Nice. So maybe we can work on your stuff at the next weekend. I am in Cornwall from Tuesday. Nope, from Monday night. But I mean, I'll still be around. I can still talk. I just won't be here. I mean, that is how it normally goes. It's not very often that in fact, has there ever been a time where I've said it's not just good? I don't think so. I think every time you send something, it's always what I've wanted. Or better than I expected, or better than I thought it would be. I think you're making stuff up now. I don't think I've ever said that. Mainly because I don't say the word trash, because I'm British. Yep. Now, if you said this looks rubbish, then I'd be like, oh, maybe I did say that, because it's not American. It's a British saying. Like, why would Bug say that? Bug wouldn't make that up because she's American and I'm British, and that's a British way of saying it. You could have got it, but no. This looks rubbish, and you're a terrible person. Pip pip cheerio. Maybe you've gone a little bit too stereotypical there, and also not an accurate stereotype. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that in real life unironically. I think I used that correctly there. But there is one that you thought was stereotype. But your mom said it on stream. It blew your mind. My mom said something on stream? When did my mom say something on stream? Even as a British person, whenever I hear Cheerio, I think of Cheerios like cereal. To be fair, Cheerio, it's the pip pip Cheerio bit. Cheerio, you hear. Cheerio, you hear. But not pip pip Cheerio. She came in your room to talk to you once and she said, jolly good. Oh, yeah, no, that's a thing. Jolly good. I always just think of Cheerios. Same, to be fair. That is my cereal of choice as well, Cheerios. That or Cookie Crisp. If I'm allowing my inner child to win. Which is most of the time. That's one of those phrases that feels too whimsically British in movies that you assume isn't actually a thing. No, jolly good is definitely a thing. Oh, I missed what you said. Crunchy nut clusters is yours with chocolate. Fair enough. I'm not really a nut person, so I don't really like crunchy nut clusters. What's your favorite thing? If you want mine. I don't know. You love Shreddies. Shreddies are good. Honey bunches of oats. With sugar on them. Of course. We used to have Golden Grahams a lot as well. And Golden Nuggets. You feel like watching whimsical British films now? You saw Paddington on Netflix. What other whimsical British films would you watch? What would count as whimsical British? Narnia? Is that whimsically British? That's what I just said. The Golden Compass. I'm just trying to think of British films from when I was a kid. Harry Potter. Never liked Harry Potter. I'm not sure you're allowed in this stream anymore. James and the Giant Peach. The only scene you remember is the Aunt Marge blowing up like a balloon and floating. You can't remember exactly how it goes. Yes. Harry blows up his aunt. Aunt Marge. Because she is rude about his parents. So she deserved it. He didn't mean to do it either. It was an accident. Also, the movies aren't as good as the books. Just saying. But I am looking forward to the TV show. Never enjoyed the movies or got the hype. And the rest of your family love Harry Potter. The books. The books are the better thing. She's very... I only recently found out that she is the same person who plays Trunchbull in Matilda. I did not realize they were the same person. I saw that and was like, what? That's the same person? I never put two and two together. When I saw like it written down, I didn't see pictures or anything. I just saw it written down. I was like, oh, maybe she's Trunchbull from the new musical version that I haven't seen. I was like, oh, maybe that's why I didn't know that. And it's that. Then I looked into it. I was like, no, wait, she's Trunchbull from the one I've seen. Yeah. I like Matilda. Matilda's good. I haven't seen that new version. Want to know another thing that might upset a lot of people? You don't like Star Wars either. Is that what you're going to say? The scene of them in her house and her coming down the stairs. Okay, that's also bad. After them all with pots and pans falling. Yeah, no, that is horrible. Yeah. Okay, at least you love Star Wars. That's fine. Banned. Wait, are you saying same to never watching Lord of the Rings or same to loving Star Wars? Oh wait, never mind. I can see which one you replied to. My bad. I forgot that I could see that. You won't say you hate Lord of the Rings? But you've never had the urge to watch it. There is quite a lot to watch. They are quite long. Bug, did you watch Rings of Power? You recently made a friend of yours watch through all Middle-earth films with you on Discord. It's so long. My brother and his girlfriend just did it. Actually, I don't know whether they finished. I think they're on. I think they've still got Return of the King to go. And it doesn't seem like your kind of thing. Fair enough. You're not fully caught up on it, but you're watching it. Nice. There is another season coming out soon-ish. Can't remember exactly when it is, but within the next couple of months. Have I seen Mando in the Grogu movie? Yeah, I went to see it when it first came out. I don't think you can go, have you seen it, if I've got Grogu here. Of course I've gone and seen it. I just don't think it needed to be a movie. Like, it wasn't bad. I just don't think it needed to be a movie. I could be a fake fan. I don't think so. I very much have more Pokemon than I do other things, but I have other things I like over here. Pokemon? Other stuff. You went day one, had it ruined by teenagers directly in front of you doing everything bar watch the film, including... What? Rap? Is that meant to say roundhousing? I don't know what that word is. Getting up multiple times and taking phone calls amidst starting. That is awful. I'm glad I didn't have that. Roughhousing. Play fine. Oh. I thought you were trying to say roundhousing, like, you know, like the kick where you like jump up and like spin around kicking. I was like, how are they doing this in a cinema? Who are they doing it to? It would be very disruptive, though, if they were doing it. But you went again after and got to enjoy the movie. That's good. You should have complained to the staff. You might have been able to get your money back for it. You may have also bought 3 cups with the 3 different troopers. You did? Okay, good. You complained twice. Okay. Looking at movie memberships, there's a drive-in around there that charges like $70 for the year. They're very limited on what they get in, but it's full access for whatever they do get. That's not too bad, I guess. You got 2 free tickets and you got 2 free concessions because you already get free tickets. Fair enough. Yeah, my parents are members of Merlin Cinema, which is like a kind of Cornwall cinema. It's cinemas. There's a few cinemas in Cornwall that are Merlin cinemas, and then there's like 2 in Scotland. I don't get it. I don't know why there's 2 in Scotland when the rest of them are all in Cornwall, but they're members of that, so they go most weeks to go see stuff. Like right now, they've got Spider-Man and Moana. They're big movies. Those ones. I have thought about like joining getting a movie membership, but I'm like, I don't really go to the movies that much. But I don't know, if I had a membership, I would probably go. Use Cineworld, pay $12.99, you think, a month, and get unlimited 2D movies and a discount on food and drinks. See, that's the one I would do if I was here, because Cineworld is the cinema I go to. But currently I don't go to watch movies that much, but that, like I say, if I had a membership, I probably would go to movies when they come out. I've always enjoyed seeing films, but now it's close to $50 for 2 people. Yeah, I know. With Cineworld, you only have to go twice a month to make it worth it. So yeah, I probably could do that if I was going. If I had the membership, I probably would be able to do that. See, maybe I get one. Maybe I get a Merlin thing for Cornwall if I decide to go down there, and then I can go to the movies with my parents. Plus, then if the movie outright, you can leave without worrying about the money you've spent on the extortionate tickets. I I find it very difficult to find movies bad. Bug can attest to this. If you ask me how a movie was, even if it's a terrible movie, I'll say it's pretty good. I don't care if a movie's bad. I still enjoy it. I've only ever left once, and that wasn't my fault. I would have stayed. In fact, I didn't realize everyone else was leaving. What were we watching? I can't remember what it was. We went to the cinema, and was it Disaster Movie? It might have been Disaster Movie. The rest of my family absolutely hated it, and they all got up and started leaving, and then I was just sat there like watching it, like pretty much enjoying it, like for it being a terrible movie. And then they had to like tap on my shoulder like, Adam, we're leaving. I was like, what? No, what? Oh, okay, bye. Okay, I'll go. You're over like, you didn't really like this part, and I didn't care for this choice, and felt like they could have done this differently. I'm going. I liked it. Yeah. All right. I like pretty much everything. I'll watch anything, even if it's terrible. I can find it funny. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Disaster Movie that we were watching, and if it was, I don't think I've actually seen it since, so I actually don't know what the rest of it is. But from what I remember, it's like a parody of loads of other movies. I think I've got that right. I think I've got the right movie in my head there. You ain't gonna lie, Supergirl had the same thought. It was alright that, and then you realized how bad it was as soon as you thought about it. For 2 more seconds. Fair enough. I don't really care too much for the DC movies and stuff. I'm very much a Marvel person. The DC I like is, or what, I don't know whether it's still going, is the Arrowverse stuff. That's the DC I like. See, no, I enjoyed the new Scary Movie for how bad it was. But like, they're always bad. That's like their point. The point of those movies is they are bad. You don't care much for DC or Marvel overall, but you're like, I'll go watch. Fair enough. I mean, I guess if I had a movie membership, I probably would see the DC stuff, but I don't. Well, don't. I don't want to hear anything about Doomsday. No Doomsday talk. No Doomsday talk. I know you're not going to spoil anything because you don't really care about it, but I don't watch trailers for Marvel. I don't look at leaks for Marvel. I went to see Spider-Man and they had the Doomsday trailer on just before the movie, and I was sitting in the cinema like this. I probably look really weird. I don't want to know anything about Marvel stuff. It's the next Marvel movie. Yeah, there are certain movies that I do not want to know anything, like no trailers, nothing. That is mostly just Marvel, to be fair. In fact, it probably is just Marvel now. Would I watch the trailers for Fast 10 Part 2? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I wouldn't watch the Fast 10 Part 2 trailers either. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. But like I don't go to see many movies in the cinema. But Marvel, Harry Potter, if they were doing any more, Star Wars. Oh yeah, Star Wars. I don't watch any trailers for Star Wars stuff either. Fast and Furious, The Hunger Games. Now, that's the difference, though. The Hunger Games, I will look at leaks. Harry Potter, to be fair, Harry Potter, I look at leaks and stuff as well, for like the TV show, because that was a long time ago, Kieran. The reason I don't look at leaks for Marvel and Fast and Furious and Star Wars is because they're new stories. I don't know the stories. Those Hunger Games and Harry Potter, unless it was Fantastic Beasts stuff, if they ever went back to that, I wouldn't watch trailers for that. But for the TV show and Hunger Games, I've read the books. I know everything. I know what's happening in them, so it's not like it can spoil it. I already know the story. Exactly. And same with Hunger Games. I've listened to all of the Hunger Games books, so I know the stories. So it's not like it can be spoiled. You're looking for the Hunger Games film? Mm-hmm. Same. I might have another, depending on timing. I might try and listen to the book again before the movie comes out. I'll definitely watch the other movies first again. I know technically that this is a prequel / and sequel, but I still want to watch them in release order again. But I'd quite like to listen to the audiobook again before it. However, I do want to finish the Harry Potter books first, because I'm nearly done with them. It's whether I finish those and there's still time to listen to the Sunrise on the Reaping before the movie comes out. I'm not sure there will be time. You ordered a little waterproof speaker to hang up in your shower. You're going to listen to audiobooks in there. And probably music. Nice. That's cool. You got so many audiobooks in your backlog. Am I going to listen to Dungeon Crawler, Carl? Probably. There is actually an audiobook I want to listen to at some point soon as well. I'm subscribed to this channel on YouTube called, is it Flandreau? He does a lot of reminiscing of like old games and movies and stuff, and he has this audiobook that talks about like growing up with gaming in the 90s and stuff, and I thought quite interesting to listen to that. So I want to listen to that at some point as well. What I don't know is, I don't know whether he does the reading of it. I'm not sure. I don't know who reads it on the audiobook. But he's a very good speaker, so I imagine the book is good. I can't actually remember what it's called. I'd have to go to his channel to find it. Okay, 7,300. Still no showing. The book you're listening to now has a quirky sort of side character. He's a little gargoyle, and he doesn't remember names or idioms very well. So he goes around like, we can't beat around the dead horse, but he also just calls everybody Bartholomew. Fair enough. You're trying to resist it seeping into your own vocabulary. You keep wanting to talk to Callie, like, alright, let's go Bartholomew. You already picked up some other things like that from a movie, and you get into fits of calling each other Nathaniel. We need to win the lottery. There's too many movies and books and games. True. To be fair, the other thing that I would do with my time is I'd actually work on that game that we talked about. I could actually dedicate time to it. I would like to actually pick up and do it at some point. It's just, I don't know when. Every so often I do just go, oh, I really want to do it. I know. It's my side of things that the problem is. I got to come up with ideas and learn how to actually make a game. The 2 games, well, that's not a good track record. The 2 games you worked on with people both flopped, as in they fell through on their side very quickly. I mean, technically I started and I've already stopped, so you maybe can add 3 to that. Because you did do some parts for me. I would still like to pick it up. It's not like completely dead, and I haven't put any money into it. I still have my stuff for it as well, sitting in my Google Drive. And we do have the little Easter egg kind of thing on the starting soon screen. maybe depends on how time shifts. We could revisit. Yeah. I would like to at some point. They sell like RPG makers and things on Steam for fairly cheap during sales. True. I did briefly look at RPG Maker, the software. But didn't really get around to doing too much with it. I was more just watching videos of how to use the software. Yeah. I mean, it's what a lot of people use for Pokemon fan games. I mean, if I do decide to move to Cornwall and run the Jampot when it's not the summer, the Jampot isn't open very much, so I will have time to do other stuff. And like January, it's not open at all. Like January, I won't be working. January would be the like, I'm going to go on holiday kind of thing. Obviously, I do other holidays during the year as well, but that'd be like if I want to go away somewhere, it'd be in January. But yeah, the idea would be that with my extra time that I have when the Jampot isn't open for a longer periods of the week, and this is a big if my internet is good enough to stream, I'd like to do more streams. But I don't know. That's the one thing I don't know yet, is whether I can actually even continue this. This might disappear. I don't want it to. I would love to keep going, but internet in Cornwall, currently, what my parents have isn't great. I don't know whether there is better options. So, yeah. That's the one thing that is the thing the down part of doing it is whether I can continue this. Yeah, well, yes, but the problem is location of where I would be as well. Like, I'll be living on a farm in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there is that is the I had that thought, Z. That is something I had thought about. I mean, they're not internet buffs, but they don't use the internet like I use the internet. They're fine with having not great internet. The only issue, Z, with Starlink is I don't know where I would be able to put it to be able to, because it needs like constant. It needs to be like constantly have visibility of the sky or something like that. I think I've not fully looked into Starlinks, but I know a bit about them. But I'm pretty sure they need like constant like line of sight of the sky, and I don't know where I'd be able to put that at the house, because the building that the house is in, it's a barn conversion. It's got 2 stories, but the upper story and roof area is not where I would be. I'd be on the lower side. You're friends with some proper Luddites? No internet at all. They still rent DVDs and things. Blew your mind. I don't even know what the word Luddites is. Luddites. I don't know what that means, other than something to do with not having internet. Yeah, I could not do that. Luddites. Ah, wait. Now I've heard of that. I've just never seen that written down before. Yes, got it. But yeah, that is one of the things I need to look into. As much as I love doing this, I don't think I'm going to factor that into the yes or no of doing it. There's some places that still do it. This was also Pete Red Box here, so we're outside every grocery store. I saw some of those when I was visiting Carmen. Buying gifts for them at holidays was very easy though. You'd go to Best Buy and buy them DVD sets of TV shows. Nice. Don't see many DVDs around over there. Fair enough. I don't go looking for them, so I don't know how common DVDs are here now. Sad in a way, trying to phase out physical media. Yeah, I'm not. We've had this discussion on the stream before. I'm not too worried about going digital. I'm more worried about the, oh, we can just stop you having access whenever we want kind of thing. Like, I haven't got bought physical games or movies and stuff in so long, other than Pokemon. So it's not like I need physical. But it's the, oh yeah, we can now just, you now no longer have access to this game that you've been playing for years. That's just like Pokemon Bank. That's what I don't like. However, it's a little bit different for Bank than games, because a game you should be able to have, like, they don't need, I know somewhere needs to host the data to be able to give out to people, but Bank is a little bit different because they need to host the servers to store all the data on. Like, but I guess you could have a, like, Bank didn't have to be a server at their end. It could be a personal server for me. Yeah, last week Google revoked access to some guy's copies of Lord of the Rings he bought. When he wrote into support, they were basically like, oh well, too bad for you. It took it going viral for them to come out and retract it. That's what's irritating. Not everyone is going to be able to go viral as these companies start ripping us off. Yeah. They deleted your Gmail account that you had for years and used near daily because underage user, when they had your ID and it had been used for years. There's nothing you could do either. Wow. That sounds annoying. Bearing in mind you had old, say, Photoshop files on that drive and everything. Yeah, that's not good. Where are the Pokemon? There we go. Well, that's good then. Do I stream tomorrow? Yep. Steam being the main one, you would have lost hundreds of pounds worth of games. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. This drawing is taking forever, but you think you draw better in here? Well, that's good to know. You're gonna get to 5k on this Safari Week hunt. Nice. We're going to 7,500 for today. So, a little bit to go yet. When do I think I'll reach odds? Not for a little bit yet. We're doing 500 per stream, so if we don't get it today or tomorrow, we'll be at 8,000. But then I'm not here next weekend, so the weekend after that would be going over odds. Last weekend of August would be going over odds. Yes, obviously. If I find it before then, I'm not going to go to over odds, which would be ideal. The thing is, we've had one hunt go quite far over odds, and then we've had two pretty quick hunts during this Shiny Badge quest so far. So it's like, where's my luck right now? Are we going back to a massively over odds one again? You're in for a weekend of rain, it seems. I wish I was going to go a weekend of rain. Sounds good about right now. Ah, that sentence was in the wrong order. We had very bad storms this week. Unrelated, but you're hoping to get tickets to Argyle away to Leicester. Ooh. Which is September 1st. The Tuesday? A Tuesday night game? That's the day after I go to the Arsenal game, because that's the 31st of August. Because I know the 31st is the Monday because it's bank holiday. One of the people I work with is a Leicester season ticket holder, so he'll be at that game. Most likely. You're actually talking about rain just reminded me. Earlier today, I had a severe alert on my phone, like one of those ones that like is government issued, like blaring alarm kind of alerts to do with wildfires. It made me jump, and I was slightly scared. I was like, "What is going on? Why is my phone doing this?" And then I had to read it while this really annoying alarm was going off. It's the first time I've ever had one that isn't like a scheduled test. And it made me jump because I was like, I was not expecting it. I've had a test version before, like they've tested it. Oz Alert. That's pretty good to be fair. I like the name of it. They did a test last month. It was loud. Yeah. Kind of get why they did, but was it necessary? Did you get? I was gonna ask you, Kieran, if you got it as well. I was like, what is going on? Why am I getting this alert? And then I read it. I was like, oh, it's just talking about wildfires and like not setting off fireworks or having barbecues. I was like, okay, thanks. People posting all over social media about it. You're watching the Argyle fan forum. I've not been on like Reddit or anything since it happened, so I'm sure in the British Problems subreddit that I follow, there'll be people talking about it. The director of it says, "Are we getting bombed?" Oh dear. I don't know why, but last night a bunch of people were setting off fireworks for like 20 minutes. No idea why. Seems a bit random. Okay, 7,400. Wasn't that the fireworks championships? They're out in the sea though, so they're not going to set off wildfires. You can see them everywhere else. That's cool. I've been to see them once. You saw a video recently of a woman who newly moved to the Midwest area, your area, and she freaked out and moved her entire family into the basement during the monthly tornado alert testing. Oh dear. Well, at least she knows what she's doing if there was a real one. I've seen Wizard of Oz. I know how bad tornadoes can get. Your state got like 9 in one day. Oh, that was in 10 minutes. Whoa. I did also watch the movie. Is it just called Tornadoes? Tornado? Can't remember what it's called. Twister? Twister. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. Really unusual for your area. I did watch that movie as well. That was actually a movie I went to the cinema for because I was in Cornwall. So we just went as a family to see it. You'll never forget the first year Callian had moved there. A hurricane was blowing by, which, not a big thing. You're pretty inland, but you were getting really bad storms. It was his first time going through it in an apartment, and he was freaking out. You trying to reassure him, going, it's nothing to worry about. Unless they turn on the tornado sirens, 2 second later sirens on. You thought he was going to kill you. Oh dear. There was also the time you walked a couple of miles to the shops to go to GameStop. You were lamenting the sky looking iffy, and Callie was like, "What's the big deal? It's only October." He's like, "This is Ohio. It can hail in October." He didn't believe you. It hailed on the walk back. Oh dear. You got the worst of this line. It's so detailed. Making progress. Oops, I did not mean to click that button. Alright, there's the 40-hour mark. We've now been hunting here for 40 whole hours. Which is kind of still nothing compared to Cyndaquil, but still. Question regarding the badge badge quests. Are you going to be doing all of them full odds, or are you going to method hunt where available? When we get to Gen 6, we will start doing methods. I mean, technically in Gen 5 I can do double grass, so I'll probably do that as well. But that's not really a method. That's just a speed up. But yes, no, I'm not doing full odds for everything. Obviously, Gen 2 to 5 I have to do full odds because there's no methods. Well, other than I'm not doing any Masudas. No Masudas. Because technically I can do Masuda from Gen 4, but I don't care for the Masuda method, so no Masuda. And okay, the other caveat for this specific game is I am doing the odd egg, which is not a method per se, but it is a 1 in 7 chance of being shiny. And I know I did say earlier that I was doing 19 shiny hunts during this playthrough. Technically, it's only going to be 18 hunts, because I am counting the red Gyarados as one of them. Which is obviously a guaranteed shiny. But I'm doing 18 other hunts during this playthrough, so I think it's fair to give you that one. I'm doing 18 Gen 2 shiny hunts. Leave me alone. One of them is the odd egg, so that one is slightly easier as well. So technically, I'm doing 17 proper Gen 2 hunts. Then I'm doing an odd egg, which takes ages to hatch. And then guaranteed red Gyarados. It's a lot of hunts. And it's already been over a year since we started this. It took us over a year to get Cyndaquil. I need a couple of shortcuts here at some point during this playthrough. I'll probably have a mini break between each shiny badge quest just to do some like random hunts. Not many, but just a few, just so I can get some quicker shinies in there. Because certainly at the beginning of these shiny badge quests, when we're in the lower generations, it's going to take ages between each shiny. Exactly. Nice. It looks good. Now for the other one. The other character is much simpler. That's good then. You need to see how long the next game will take to finish. House of Ashes? Is that the one you're on now? The Ashley Tisdale game. 6.5 hours. Not bad. Longest one so far. And you gotta roll again. I'm curious whether anyone's going to request a game before I get to roll the, or spin the wheel again. Because I know you've got loads of points that you can spend on stuff, but other people have got enough to probably do it as well. You don't want to eat up all your backlog and be selfish. I mean, so far you've requested a game I've already played. So that's not even eating up my backlog. That's a game I already actually played. So I didn't ask you to put, like, spend your points on it. You did that. Right. How are you doing? I'm good, thanks. You were looking while you took a nap. Fair enough. Last night you made some chicken from Sam's Club and now you want more. Fair enough. Okay, we're down to the last few encounters for today. Last few now. It was Italian herb chicken. Nice. Okay, the penultimate encounter for today. 7,499. Not shiny. Okay, last one. One more. Nothing. Try that again, shall we? There we go. Cool. Here we go. Final one. 7,500. It's napalm. It's not shiny. Well, there we go. No shiny for today, unfortunately. Another 500 encounters done. Well, never mind. Never mind. Heading towards the 8,000 mark in tomorrow's stream. So, yeah, this is where we're going to be ending it for today. At least the conversation was good. Exactly. I know, Z. But anyway, yeah, that is where we're going to end it for today. So we will be back with some more of this in tomorrow's stream, which will be at 9 PM UK time, again, as normal. 500 encounters. If we don't get it, we'll be at 8,000. Very close to going over odds. But maybe we'll get it. Maybe we will. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. But anyway, that is where we're ending it. So it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you all for being here, and I shall see you all in another stream. So thank you again, and goodbye.